What's up, guys? I know last video I posted my engine was running in the car. I had to take it out. I had some issues with the Clutchmaster's triple disc, and I'll explain to you what was going on. So basically, when you have the triple disc, obviously since there's 3 discs, this part is out more because you have 3 of them, right? This spline is out, so this part of the spline, like the flat part here, was out too far and was rubbing this part on the snout, and my clutch wouldn't disengage because it was essentially pushing the disc into the engine. And since it wasn't disengaging, I took it out and I sent it back to Clutchmasters, and they I ended up, basically I really wanted just to let them know what was going on. I knew how to fix it because I could always just grind that snout and have the clearance. And I ended up doing that, not knowing that they were going to machine down the disc. But I'll put pictures up right now of me like setting it up. I put a hose clamp on, and then I cut it at the hose clamp. I took like 80 thousandths off because that's what I calculated you kind of need, right? It was like 80 thousandths to 120 thousandths. I thought you should take off the trans, kind of that area. And I thought I already ground some off, so 80 thousandths would be plenty good. But anyway, what Clutchmasters did for me is, since I sent it in, they actually ground some of this off. I don't even know how much they took off, and that's what they're going to end up doing. For anyone who orders it from now on, they'll grind this off. And then the shavings, right? The aluminum shavings end up going in the throw-up bearing. And, throw-up bearing goes like this on here, right? And it ended up getting caught in between this, the snout, or whatever you want to call it, and the throw-up bearing, and I ended up like making, it dug in and made marks. So I had to sand that all down, and then my throw-up bearing was all messed up here, so they gave me a new one for free under warranty. So basically they bench tested this, make sure it's disengaging properly, which it was. Made sure all the discs and everything were straight from getting pushed by the snout. Everything was good. And they gave me a new throw-up bearing under warranty. Got my precision straight edge here, and I basically put it on the crank flat, right? And then I started measuring like the distance from like here, my dial caliper, right? And just random spots. And I found where I have no paint, it was 320 thou when I held it flat. And then like if I had paint, it was like 315 or so. At 320 thou, that's what the crank is offset out, which is 8.13 millimeter. It's up, so that is 67 thou. Slid on there with just the right amount of drag. So that's what this is, offset to that. So now I can flip it over and minus this from when I get down to the floor. I'll actually go like granite top because it's better. So I got this down on the granite and I put it down, and I consistently get about 2154, right? And then you got to minus that 67 thou, and then that's what gives you the distance from. So I was doing it like this, just to kind of show you going down. I'm not doing it real precise here, right? Like going like that and getting off this edge down to the granite. Then you got to minus that back spacing up. And then that gives you the distance from this to the crank, essentially. So doing the math, 2.154 minus 0.067 gives you about 2 inches and 87 thousandths. And then the distance from the flywheel edge to like this, the flange edge we'll call it, we have to add 320. So 0.320 equals, the total distance we have is 2 inches, 407 thou roughly. I mean, you can just round it up and make it 420 for extra clearance, right? That gives you 13. So basically now we need to measure, take the straight edge, put it here on the flange, and then measure from the straight edge to this, and we need 2 inches, 420 thou. and then you have enough clearance. Forgot one other thing. You got this plate, and this plate is like 50 thousandths thick. So it actually pushes it out further. So you got to add that to the total. Then plus 0.05. So that's actually kind of what you need. And then add a little bit more for extra. Oh no, it would be minus 0.05. So actually minus 0.1. So it would be that. That's what you need. I'm sorry. So, because that pushes it out further, the trans snout. So you need that, and then, you know, round up a little bit. So like plus 0.013. And there, it'd be like 2.37. That's what you need from, like I said, from this flange, or if you put a straight edge up from that, measure from the straight edge to this snout. I'll do that later. Like, as you can see, I have this trans case. I got mine, which I already ground though, but I had measured it before, how far it is. Like, I got this one, I got that one, I got this one, and I got this one that I use for grinding blocks. Right, so I'll measure all those, what the distance is